So we got to talk about UKIP and what will most likely eventually happen regarding the joining of Sargon, Paul Joseph Watson, and Count Dankula. People need to look at it in a sort of plastic surgery. UKIP is getting a facelift. From the inside, UKIP, because of the influx of people that are coming in with the announcement that Sargon and Paul Joseph Watson and Count Dankula would be joining, literally thousands of people have already pledged themselves to join the United Kingdom Independence Party. Now, when you look at this, you think that it is not the core value of UKIP that is getting a major boost in politics. The UKIP that most people see is not what is becoming more popular. What's actually happening is that since UKIP is the only party that is talking about one of the major issues that bothers these content creators, giving the issue being free speech, they are pretty much putting their weight behind the only party that is going to talk about it. Now, what will eventually happen is that although this point, free speech, will keep being the same inside UKIP, all other political points around the free speech issue will change because this new influx of people has a much different view on a lot of things than UKIP does. What will most likely happen is that, given the fact that Sargon, Paul Joseph Watson, and Count Dankula have younger audiences, UKIP will become a younger party. It will become a party that represents younger voters and younger people. It will bring new issues to the forefront that you really don't see people who are a bit older wanting to talk about. It is sort of the concept of the silent majority is going to now have a voice on YouTube, because outside of the internet, outside of what you would think is the mainstream on YouTube, you really don't see a lot of people keep kicking up a fuss on the political arena about the free speech issues. You maybe see one lord here or there, or one political figure here or there, but there is not a concerted effort, a unified voice talking about these issues. And when you think of, there are a lot of people who are, well, there you have three types of people who are in the response to this. One of the groups is just the left-wing journals and the verified leftists on Twitter that are pretty much saying, well, no wonder that right-wing Nazis are joining a right-wing Nazi party. And those are complete loons. They are out of the loop and you can just discount them because they have no idea what is happening. Other people are saying that it is a joke, it is a gag, they think it's just, it's not going to stay. It's going to be something that they will do maybe for a month for a joke and then stop doing it, which I would say is not quite the case. They have already provided many proof that that is not the case. And others just don't understand why are they joining UKIP. Well, Sargon has mentioned this a lot, that he does not want to get into politics, but that does not mean that he wouldn't want to have himself represented in a political figure. Now, when you look at UKIP, UKIP after Brexit was a dying party. It was losing support because pretty much its flag was already conquered. The Brexit was already triggered, and Nigel Farage said that if they wanted to roll back the decision, he would join again, but it doesn't appear to be happening. It is taking a long time, but it doesn't appear to be happening. Now, with UKIP dying and losing a lot of face, the only thing that they kept talking about was free speech, and now this new crowd of people being led by Sargon and others will look at this and say, well, since this party is losing a lot of support and maybe losing its shine, well, let's just prop it up. Let's join a party en masse, thousands of people joining a party, and let's just change the party from within, give it a fresh face, a fresh new take on politics, and this will provide it a lot of power, a lot of political power in the future, because having all of these people, if you think of the audiences that Sargon and all these others have, of course it's a global audience, but the chunk of it that comes from the United Kingdom is probably a considerate amount. It's a considerable amount, and it's people who are in general very energized towards politics. they would not vote for any party, but if it's being said on the internet, all right, let's put our weight behind this one party because we are championing this issue. These are people who are very energized to have their voices heard on the political arena, because so far, nobody has ever given a voice to all of these internet trolls and these right-wing misogynists that just play games online and they hate women, and that is not true. They have issues. They have political grievances that they want to be heard. And as such, the UKIP will probably become a party that deviates a lot from any other parties. And even if you don't support this UKIP on these grounds, you should think that if you're anti-establishment, if you dislike Labour, Liberals, and the Conservatives that have been chucking power between each other for the last how many years, you should still support UKIP because it is a new party that will probably force other parties into having some sort of change. If UKIP gains a lot of voters and manages to shift a lot of the support that Conservatives and Labour had into UKIP, even if they don't win elections, the Conservatives and Labour will be forced into understanding that, wait a second, maybe we need to pay attention to issues that UKIP is now promoting. And as such, there is the potential to change the whole establishment. If you're anti-establishmentarian, if you want to make the power structure, the already ingrained power structure, change, it is important for you to support outside forces. And another note on this is that UKIP will probably become a very popular party. People see this hard to believe, but both Sargon and Count Dankula and all these others, when they talk seriously, they are serious in their political matters and their political issues. But at the same time, they have this internet personality, which is, by their own standards, the shitlord personality. This becomes a very easy thing to turn into a meme. People need to remember back to Donald Trump. Donald Trump was very popular at some points because he was just memeable. He was just in general, a kind of a goofy guy that people like to make memes about. And UKIP can have that image as well. Of course, people will be able to look past UKIP and the jokes and realize, okay, it's an actual serious party, but it will gain a lot of audience just because of the jokes. And people really need to think about it. People really need to think having UKIP, one of the poster boys for UKIP is going to be the Nazi pug guy, and the other one is going to be the garbage human, and then you have Paul Joseph Watson, which out of the three is maybe the less shitlordiest of them all, but still, it is a very young, memeable, and it's going to attract a lot of people based on that. So yeah, you should consider supporting UKIP, whether you like what they're going to support in the future, what they support now, or if you're simply anti-establishmentarian.